Everyone, now in our design of structure, today we are going to see our next topic, diagonal tension and diagonal compression. Now before we going to see our next topic, in a previous video we saw that our most important chapter, bond development length and shear reinforcement. So first of all, what is development length? So while analyzing and designing the reinforced concrete structure, it is assumed that there is a perfect bond between concrete and steel. So there is absolutely no slippage between the concrete and steel. The slip of the reinforcement and concrete due to adhesion or bearing term as a bond. ठीक है, कि किसी भी आप स्ट्रक्चर का एनालिसिस या डिज़ाइन करते हो, एट दैट टाइम आप लोगों को जो बॉन्ड है कंक्रीट एंड स्टील के बीच में वो परफेक्ट होना चाहिए. एंड देयर इज नो एब्सोल्युटली स्लिपेज बिटवीन द कंक्रीट एंड स्टील. The grip of reinforcement and concrete due to adhesion and bearing is termed as a bond. Now to transfer the design force from steel to concrete and vice versa, the reinforcement is anchored and embedded in concrete for some length. A length is reinforcement embedded in the concrete so that it can be developed. The bond strength is termed as a development length. Now here equation for that, LD is equal to phi into sigma s into tau b into d. So this equation is also given in IS 456 2000 page 42. Now next is what is bond stress. Next is what is bond stress. So the shear force acting per unit surface area of the bar. So in the direction of force is known as bond stress. Now here different type of concrete grade and their design bond stress. So for M20 bond stress is equal to 1.2, M25 1.4, M30 1.5, M35 1.7, M40 and above M40 and above up to M100, so it is 1.9. So for deform bar it is increased by 60% and for compression increased by 25%. Now bundle bar. What is bundle bar? So the use of a bundle bar is permitted by the Indian Standard Code. By using bundle bar, concrete can be compacted properly and also the large area of reinforcement can be made to concentrate at a point, resulting in the increase of effective dam. Now what is anchoring reinforcement? So the anchoring of a bar in a tension, compressor and shear is as follows. So anchoring bar in tension. So deform bar may be used without an anchorage is provided that the development length requirement is satisfied. Hook should be normally used for a plain bar in tension. And what is band? The anchorage value of a band shall be taken as 4 times the diameter of the bar of each 45-degree band, subjected to a maximum of 16 times diameter of the bar. And the hooks, the anchorage value of standard U hook shall be 16 into diameter of the bar. Then anchoring bar in compression, anchoring bar in shear. Then after we saw example on development length. Now next topic is diagonal tension and diagonal compression. So first of all, assume a small element in the direction of a length of a beam subject to a shear stress tau and direct tensile stress P in the direction of length. ठीक है, here figure is given, small element along the beam and principal stresses. ठीक है, कि हमें क्या कंसिडर करना है, वन ऑफ द small element of the beam A, B, C and D. Here shear stress and direct tensile stress एक्ट हो रहा है in the direction of the length. So the principal stress acting on this element Pn1 and Pn2 is equal to P by 2 plus or minus square root of P by 2 whole square plus tau square. Now tan 2 theta equal to twice T by P, twice tau by P. Now major principal stress tensile Pn1 equal to P by 2 plus square root of P by 2 whole square plus tau square. It is also called diagonal tension. Now minor principal stress, it is compressive Pn2 is equal to P by 2 minus square root of P by 2 whole square plus tau square. It is also called diagonal compression. Now shear cracks. Now for a simply supported beam, at the end of simply supported beam, bending moment is equal to 0 and shear force is equal to WL by 2. Now here figure is given, shear crack in RCC beam. It is small element shown in the figure. ठीक है, उस पे shear force and टेंसाइल स्ट्रेस एक्ट होगा, एट द टाइम shear crack फॉर्म होगा. So here P equal to 0, Pn1 equal to tau and Pn2 equal to minus tau. ठीक है, clockwise direction and anti-clockwise direction. Theta is equal to 45 degree or 135 degree. So at the end of the simply supported beam, bending moment is equal to 0. Therefore major principal stress sigma n1 equal to tau. It act an angle of 40 degree, 45 degree and tensile in nature. This shear stress is called diagonal tension. Since concrete is a weak in tension, crack are developed at 45 degree near support. Shear reinforcement is provided perpendicular to the direction of crack. The minor principal stress sigma n2 equal to tau acting at the 1.135 degree and compressive in nature. It is called diagonal compression. Concrete is a very strong to resist compression. Now for a simply supported beam at a mid-span, at the center of simply supported beam, bending moment equal to WL square by 8. SF equal to 0. Tau equal to 0, theta equal to 0, Pn1 equal to P. So major principal stress act in the horizontal direction and therefore shear crack are vertical. Now nominal shear stress. So it is also given in IS 456 2000 page 72 close 40.1. So it is found out by tau v equal to Vu upon B into D. So where tau v equal to nominal shear stress, Vu equal to shear force, B equal to width, D equal to effective depth. Now next is shear strength of concrete. The shear strength of a concrete without shear reinforcement is obtained from IS 456 2000 page 73 table 19. So tau C is equal to design shear strength of a concrete Newton per mm square. For the beam with the shear reinforcement, tau V should be less than tau maximum. So tau C maximum values are given in IS 456 2000 table 20. Now type of stirrups. How much stirrups are provided in beam and column? The first of all vertical stirrups. So normally vertical stirrups are provided 2 leg, but for a heavy shear force 4 leg or a 6 leg stirrup may be provided. ठीक है, फिगर में दिया गया है 2 leg stirrups, 4 leg stirrups and 6 leg stirrup. Keep in mind for heavy shear force 4 leg or a 6 leg stirrup may be provided. Inclined stirrups. Inclined stirrup are provided at the 45 degree near the support. Now step for design shear reinforcement. तो कौन कौन से स्टेप इंक्लूड हो गए? सो कैलकुलेट tau v equal to Vu upon B into D. from percentage of steel, it is given in IS 456 2000 table 19 page 73. If tau v less than tau c, the provide minimum shear reinforcement ASV upon B into SV is greater or equal to 0.4 divided by 0.87 F5, where ASV equal to cross section area of stirrup legs, SV equal to spacing of stirrups, B equal to breadth of the beam, Fy equal to strength of the stirrups. So SV is equal to ASV 0.87 Fy upon 0.4 B. Now if tau V is greater than tau C, shear reinforcement is to be designed. So to calculate shear force in the shear reinforcement, VUS equal to VU minus tau C into B into D. So VUS equal to strength of a shear reinforcement. If bent up bar are provided for find out VUS1, so VUS1 is equal to 0.87 Fy ASV into sin alpha. So VUS1 equal to strength of the bent up bar, alpha is equal to angle of bent up bar, it is 45 degree, ASV equal to area of bent up bar, Fy equal to characteristic strength of the bent up bar. Net VUS equal to VUS minus VUS1. So VUS1 is not equal, greater 0.5 VUS. Find a spacing of stirrups, vertical stirrups, so it is find out by 0.87 Fy ASV into D upon VUS. If bent up bar are provided, use net VUS instead of VUS. Now check for a maximum spacing, so it is 0.75 D 300 mm or ASV into 0.87 Fy upon 0.4 B. So in this way, in this content provides smaller of this value. So it is also given in IS 456 2000 page 47. So here steps for design shear reinforcement. Okay, it is very most important theory. So first of all, डायगोनल टेंशन एंड कंप्रेशन में क्या याद रखना है, प्रिंसिपल स्ट्रेसिंग ऑन इट्स एलिमेंट इज Pn1 इज इक्वल टू Pn2 इक्वल टू P/2 प्लस और माइनस स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ P/2 होल स्क्वायर प्लस टाउ स्क्वायर tan 2 थीटा इक्वल टू ट्वाइस T/P. Now major principal stress tensile is equal to Pn1 equal to P/2 plus square root of P/2 whole square plus tau square, and minor principal stress for compressive P/2 minus square root of P/2 square plus tau square. Then after shear crack for a simply supported beam, bending moment equal to 0 and shear force is equal to WL/2. Now simply supported beam at a mid span, at the center of simply supported beam, bending moment is equal to WL/8, shear force is equal to 0, tau equal to 0, theta equal to 0, Pn1 equal to P. Now nominal shear stress tau V equal to Vu upon Bd, tau V equal to nominal shear stress, Vu shear force, B equal to width, D equal to effective depth. Now shear strength of the concrete. So the shear strength of concrete without shear reinforcement is obtained from IS 456 2000. For the beam with a shear reinforcement, tau V should be less than tau C maximum. So tau C maximum value are given in IS 456 2000. Now types of stirrups. So vertical stirrups, normally vertical stirrups are provided 2 leg, but for a heavy shear leg, 4 leg or a 6 leg stirrups may be used. Then inclined stirrup are provided at the 45 degree near the support. Now step for design shear reinforcement. First of all, calculate tau V. Vertical shear stress is equal to Vu upon Bd. Then after, if tau V is less than tau C, SV is equal to ASV 0.87 Fy upon 0.4 B, where ASV equal to cross section area of stirrup leg, SV equal to spacing of stirrups, B equal to breadth of beam, Fy equal to characteristic strength of the stirrup. Second, if tau V is greater than tau C, at that time VUS equal to VU minus tau C into B into D. If bent up bar is provided, VUS1 equal to 0.87 Fy ASV into sin alpha, and VUS equal to VUS minus VUS1. Now to find spacing of vertical stirrups, SV equal to 0.87 Fy ASV into D upon VUS, and check for spacing, maximum spacing, so it is 0.75 D, 300 mm, SV is equal to ASV into 0.87 Fy upon 0.4 B. So provide smaller of the three value.